Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Sejanus, his fall, and we get to hear from Sejanus today to finish off Act 5, Scene 6. Now, Sejanus has been having a bit of a time of it. He tried to present a sacrifice to the goddess Fortune, but all sorts of things are going wrong, and a lot of the people around him are like, these are omens, there's bad things coming, because when he tried to do his augury, there was only a crow, his statue caught on fire. When they took the head off to see what was in it, out came a snake. All sorts of bad things have been happening, and then when he tried to make the sacrifice to the statue of Fortune, she turned her back on him. And then he learned also that there was a meteor in the sky, and they had found a noose around the neck of his statue that had had the head recently put back on it. So things were not necessarily boding well, but this meteor in the sky, he's like, oh, that's just because Macro's here. At which point, Macro arrives, and Satrius came in saying, Macro's outside and wants to talk to you for a second. So at the beginning of Act 5, Scene 6, Sejanus and Satrius had both gone into the other room so that they could talk to Macro, but then Sejanus dismissed Satrius pretty quickly so that he could talk to Macro, and Macro's like, you know, you're doing so well, and the Emperor's still really happy with you, and I have some news that's like super secret. None of the Senate knows about it yet, but they're going to find out at a meeting that's happening, and you should be there, and I really shouldn't be telling you this, but, you know, I'll tell you because it's you. It's like, you're going to get, you're basically going to get promoted as high, pretty much as high as you can go. You're going to get all the tribunal powers. You're going to get all these honors bestowed upon you at this meeting. And Sejanus is like, oh, okay, yes, cool, I'm so awesome, that makes total sense for that to be happening. And he's like, by the way, what happened to Caligula? And Macro's like, oh, he's living in disgrace in Capri. Tiberius won't even talk to him. So Sejanus says, honest and worthy Macro, your love and friendship. Who's there? Satrius. Attend my honorable friend forth. Oh, how vain and vile a passion is this fear! What base, uncomely things it makes men do! Suspect their noblest friends, as I did this. Flatter poor enemies, entreat their servants. Stoop, court, and catch at the benevolence of creatures unto whom, within this hour, I would not have vouchsafed a quarter look, or piece of face. By you that fools call gods, hang all the sky with your prodigious signs, fill the earth with monsters, drop the scorpion down out of the zodiac, or the fiercer lion, shake off the loosened globe from her long hinge, roll all the world in darkness, and let loose the enraged winds to turn up grooves and towns. When I do fear again, let me be struck with forked fire and unpitied die. Who fears is worthy of calamity. So this is Sejanus sort of laughing at himself for being afraid. He was afraid enough of what Macro was going to say that he wanted Satrius there to listen in on the whole thing, but then he gets rid of him. But even while he was talking to Macro, as Macro was hinting at this, he's like, come on, stop being a tease. Tell me, is it bad news? Is it bad news? So once Macro has left with Satrius, and Satrius was sent along to, you know, take care of Macro's needs, show him where he's supposed to go, all that sort of thing, he's like, how stupid is it to be afraid of things? This has made me suspect my noble friend Macro, which we, the audience, know that's not necessarily the case, but that's not the point. He's like, I'm being nice to people that I shouldn't be nice to. I'm doing all these weird things, like people who I wouldn't normally talk to or look at. All of a sudden, they're my besties because I'm afraid that something's going to happen. So then he turns up to the gods, and he actually addresses them as you that fools call gods. So he doesn't believe in the gods. He doesn't believe that the gods are gods anymore, which is in line with things that he had been saying earlier, like he should set his sights higher than being emperor. He deserves to be a god. So he's like, oh, you silly gods up there, go ahead, send me the worst omens that you can possibly send. You know, blanket the world in darkness, throw down monsters, all of that. I'm never going to be afraid of anything again because I'm the best. Like, this is, I have nothing to fear in this situation. So that's the end of Act 5, Scene 6, and we all know that this play is called Sejanus His Fall. So do we think that he's correct in thinking that he never has to be afraid of anything ever again? We'll find out tomorrow when you come back for more. I'll see you then. Mwah.